Your toddler just threw their plate across the kitchen. Again. Yesterday it was toys. The day before, it was books. This morning it was their sippy cup, full, right at your face. And you're standing there thinking, why do they keep doing this? Are they trying to make me mad? Do they think it's funny? And honestly, you're exhausted. You've told them 100 times. You've taken the toys away. You've tried consequences, and they're still throwing everything they can get their little hands on. If that's where you are right now, I want you to stay with me. In this video, I'm going to talk about why toddlers throw, and it's not what you think. There are actually 3 different reasons your child might be throwing. And once you understand which one it is, you'll know exactly how to respond, and I'm going to share strategies for that. So let's get to it. All right, so today we're diving into why toddlers throw everything and what to do about it. And I want to start with a story that's going to help you see what's really happening. So I was working with a mom whose 18-month-old son was throwing everything: food, toys, books, shoes, and she was at her breaking point. She said, I've tried everything. I've taken the toys away. I've put him in timeout. I've told him no 1,000 times, and he just keeps doing it. So I watched him for a few minutes, and I noticed something. When he threw his toy car across the room, he watched it the whole way, and he smiled, and then he ran right after it and threw it again. When he threw his cup at the table, he looked right at his mom. He was angry, and his face was red, and when she reacted, he threw it again. And when he threw his ball at the wall, he didn't look at anyone. He just kept throwing it over and over and over, hard. So I asked the mom, what do you think he's getting out of throwing? And she said, I don't know. Attention? And I said, maybe, but I think there are 3 different things happening here. And until we figure out why he's throwing, we can't teach him what to do instead. Now, if we haven't met yet, my name is Jill Urbane, and I'm a licensed clinical social worker and early childhood interventionist with almost 30 years of experience working with families of toddlers and preschoolers in their homes as a home visitor. I help them understand what's really going on with their child so they can respond in a way that actually works, not just in the moment, but long term, because I don't teach quick fixes. I teach you how to see what's underneath the behavior so you know how to respond in a way that builds connection and teaches your child the skills they need as they grow. And today I'm talking to you if your toddler throws everything and you're exhausted from telling them to stop. So the little boy I was just telling you about, the one who threw everything, here's what's really going on. There are usually 3 reasons that toddlers throw, and your child might be throwing for one of the reasons, or they might be throwing for all 3 at different times. So let's break them down. Reason number 1 is sensory input. The first reason that toddlers throw is for sensory input, and this is the one that most parents don't understand. Your child's sensory system is developing, and one of the ways they learn about their body and how it works in space is through big, powerful movements. When your child throws something hard, they get proprioceptive feedback in their muscles and their joints. Now that's a big word, but here's what it means. Their muscles, their joints, and their tendons are sending signals to their brain that say, that felt good, I'm strong, it feels good. It's the same reason that toddlers love to jump and crash into things and push heavy objects and slam doors. They're not trying to be destructive, they're trying to feel their body, and throwing is one of the most satisfying ways for them to do that. So think about it like this. If you've ever really been stressed out and you've felt the urge to throw something or punch a pillow or slam a door, that's your nervous system seeking proprioceptive input to regulate. Your toddler is doing the same thing, but they're doing it all day long because their sensory system is still figuring out how the world works. So if your child is throwing for sensory reasons, here's what you'll notice. They throw hard. They throw repeatedly, even when no one is watching. They don't seem angry or upset. They might even be smiling. They're drawn to heavy objects or things that make a big noise when they hit the ground. That is sensory seeking behavior. And the fix isn't to stop the throwing. It's to give them better ways to get that input. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Reason number 2, emotional release. The second reason that toddlers throw is for emotional release. And this is the one that feels the most personal to parents because when your child throws something at you or throws their plate when they're mad, it feels like aggression. It feels like defiance. But here's what's really happening. Your toddler is overwhelmed. They're angry or they're frustrated or disappointed, and they don't have the words to tell you. So their body does it for them. Remember, toddlers are living in the downstairs brain most of the time. That upstairs brain, the part that helps you stop, think, and choose a better response, isn't online yet. So when big feelings hit, their body reacts, and throwing is one of the fastest ways to release that energy. Think about it from your perspective. You just told them no, or you took something away, or you made them stop doing something they loved, and now they're flooded with emotion. Their heart is racing, their body is tense, and their brain is screaming. And they can't say, I'm really frustrated right now, and I need a moment to calm down. So they throw. It's not about hurting you. It's not about getting revenge. It's about getting that feeling out of their body. So if your child is throwing for emotional reasons, here's what you might notice. They throw when they're upset, angry, or frustrated. They might throw at you or toward you. The throwing happens during transitions when you say no or when they're overwhelmed. They might cry or yell while they're throwing. This is emotional dysregulation, and the fix isn't punishment. It's teaching them how to handle big feelings in their body. Reason number 3, cause and effect. The third reason that toddlers throw is to learn cause and effect, and this is actually a sign of healthy cognitive development. Your toddler is a little scientist. They're learning how the world works, and one of the ways they do this is by experimenting. What happens if I throw this? Does it bounce? Does it break? Does it make noise? What does mom do when I throw this? This is how toddlers learn. They don't learn by being told. They learn by doing. So when your child throws their cup off the high chair and watches it fall, they're not trying to make a mess. They're learning about gravity. When they throw a toy and watch you pick it up, they're learning about social cause and effect. When I do this, you do that. And when they throw the same thing over and over and over, they're testing to see if it happens the same way every time. This is cognitive development. It's exploration. It's learning. So if your child is throwing for cause and effect reasons, here's what you'll notice. They watch what happens after they throw. They throw the same thing multiple times to see if the result is going to be the same. They smile or laugh when something interesting happens. They're calm, not upset. This is a learning behavior, and the fix isn't to stop the exploration, it's to redirect it in safer, more appropriate ways to learn. Okay, if this is already helping you to understand why your toddler throws, make sure that you like and subscribe, because this is exactly what I break down here every week, things like this. Okay, let's get back to it. All right, now that you understand the reasons that toddlers throw and the development behind it, let's walk through exactly what you can do for each one of these areas. Strategy 1, if your child is throwing for sensory input, give them heavy work. If your child is throwing for sensory reasons, they need proprioceptive input. So you give them better ways to get it. Here's what that looks like. Instead of throwing toys, they can carry heavy things like laundry baskets, grocery bags, stacks of books. They can push heavy things. Again, a laundry basket filled with books, toy carts, chairs. They can pull heavy things, maybe a wagon with toys or a rope tied to a box. They can crash into soft things like couch cushions, pillows, or a beanbag. They can jump on a trampoline, on the couch, on the bed with supervision, of course. You're not taking away the sensory input. You're giving them safer, more appropriate ways to get it. And here's the key. You give them these activities before they start throwing. If you know your child throws more in the afternoon, you build in heavy work before that time. Let's carry the groceries inside together. Can you help me push the laundry basket to the bedroom? Let's build a big tower and knock it down. You're filling their sensory cup so they don't need to throw to feel that in their body. Strategy 2, if your child is throwing out of emotion, give them heavy things to throw. If your child is throwing because they're overwhelmed, they need a release for that energy. But you can't let them throw plates, toys, or books. So you have to give them something heavy to throw instead. And here's one of my favorite strategies for this. It's a do-it-yourself sock beanbags. And here's how you make them. Go to the dollar store, buy a pack of men's athletic socks and some dry beans and uncooked rice. Go home, fill the socks up with the beans and the rice, make them big and heavy. I had one parent that just filled the bottom, and it was just this teeny little thing. And I'm like, no, fill the whole sock, make them big and heavy, and then tie a knot at the end. Done. Now, when your child starts throwing things that they shouldn't, you can say, blocks are for stacking, but you may throw this, and you hand them the sock bean bags. This is why it works. The sock beanbag is heavy. It gives them way more proprioceptive feedback than throwing a lightweight ball. So when they throw it, their nervous system gets the input it needs and they calm down faster. You can also toss the sock beanbags into laundry baskets that they can push or pull around the house for even more heavy work, or they can load them into a backpack that they can wear and carry around. It's the same sensory input, but in a safe and acceptable way. And if you want to take it a step further, consider getting weighted balls, like small medicine balls. Kids love these. They can lift them, they can roll them. I had one little guy where he loved to lift it and put it in his big truck that he loved running around the house with. He loved getting the input from the running, but he wasn't really getting heavy work. But once we put that 5-pound Pilates ball in the truck, pushing that truck around, he didn't have to push the truck around for 20 minutes. Now he just pushed it around for 5 minutes before his body said, okay, I'm good. The weight gives their body exactly what it's looking for. So I'll put the links to some of my favorite weighted balls and other heavy work toys in the description down below. So here's what it sounds like when your child is throwing. Your child throws a toy car across the room. You walk over, staying calm, and you say, cars are for rolling, but you may throw this. You hand them a sock beanbag. They throw it hard a few times and then they're done because their body got what it needed. You're not saying stop throwing. You're saying throw this instead. And you're saying keep throwing until they don't want to do it anymore. That's a strategy they can actually use. Strategy 3, if your child is throwing to learn cause and effect, redirect to safe exploration. So if your child is throwing to learn, they need opportunities to explore in safe ways. So you redirect, and here's what that might look like. I see that you want to throw. Let's go outside and throw balls at the fence. Cups are for drinking. You can drop these pom-poms into the bucket and watch them fall. Let's throw beanbags at this target. You're honoring their need to explore, but you're giving them a safer way to do it. And here's the thing, if your child is throwing for learning reasons, they'll happily switch to a new activity because they're not emotionally dysregulated. They're just curious. So if you offer them a better way to explore and they don't take it, that tells you it's probably not about cause and effect. It's probably about sensory input or emotional release. Strategy 4, say what you want, not what you don't want. This is a small shift in language that can make a big difference. Instead of saying, don't throw that or stop throwing, you tell them what they can do. Again, blocks are for stacking. You may throw this sock. Cups are for drinking. Let's go outside and throw balls. Books are for reading. You may throw this pillow. You're redirecting their behavior and not just stopping it. And that gives them a clear path forward. When we tell them what we want them to do instead of what we don't want them to do, we're avoiding those power words. No, don't, stop, can't. Those words to a 2-year-old are an indicator that they should do the opposite of what you're saying. That's what their little brains are wired for. So anytime we can avoid them, we're going to get more compliance. So tell them what you want instead of what you don't want and give them the alternative option for the way that they can meet that sensory need. Strategy 5, catch it early. The best way to stop throwing is to catch it before it starts. If you know your child throws when they're hungry, tired, or overstimulated, you build in breaks before they hit that point. If you know they throw for sensory input in the afternoon, you give them heavy work in the morning. If you know they throw when they're frustrated, you watch for early signs of overwhelm and help them regulate before it escalates. You're not waiting for the throw, you're trying to prevent it. Okay, so we've talked about all the strategies. Let's go through a little scenario and see how this all works together. So let's say that your toddler is playing with some blocks and they start throwing them across the room. You walk over, you get close and you say, blocks are for stacking. You may throw this, and you hand them a sock beanbag. They throw it hard a few times. After a few throws, they're done. Their sensory system is satisfied. And now they're ready to come back and play calmly with the blocks. That's it. That's the process. You redirect. You give them what they need in a safe way. All right, let's wrap this up. Your toddler isn't throwing to make you mad. They're throwing for one of 3 reasons: sensory input, emotional release, or cause and effect learning. And once you know which one it is, you know how to respond. If it's sensory, give them heavy work. If it's emotional, give them heavy work and things to throw, like sock beanbags or weighted balls. If it's learning, redirect to safe exploration. And always tell them what they can do, not just what they can't. If your toddler's behavior is overwhelming and you need help staying calm while you teach them and you need help learning how to calm them, I want you to check out the Calm the Chaos Bootcamp. It's a 4-week program where I walk you through how to regulate yourself and how to regulate your child. I'll share the link below, so go check it out and see if it's for you. Now, before we go, tell me, what does your toddler throw the most? Food, toys, cups, drop it in the comment. And if you know another parent dealing with, please share this with them. Throwing is a really overwhelming thing for parents to deal with. And anytime we can educate and help parents know that there's an easier way to manage it, that's a good thing. Okay, that is it for this time. I hope you found this information helpful. And as always, thank you for allowing me to be a small part of your parenting journey today. Until next time.